Hello there, I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. Week 3 of testimony in the Sean Diddy Combs trial, starting with the music mogul's former assistant, Capricorn Clark, taking the stand.
We need a 50-foot bed.
I mean, T.D. Jakes ain't small. I'm just saying. If it's a group thing, it's a group thing. You gotta think about, you got Rick Ross, you got Khaled, we talk about heavy hitters.
This Diddy trial ain't just some celebrity mess anymore. It's turned into a full-blown circus that's got the whole world watching. What started off as Cassie stepping forward with her painful story has now set off a domino effect that's pulling in major names and dropping serious bombshells. This isn't your everyday Hollywood tea. This is dark, messy, and way deeper than anyone thought. Cassie's claims alone were shocking. She talked about bizarre parties, feeling trapped, and Diddy having complete control over her life.
Testified she was held against her will twice, at one point alleging she was forced from her apartment and into a car to take Combs and one of his bodyguards to the home of rapper Kid Cudi to, quote, kill him. Cudi was dating his ex, Cassie Ventura, at the time. Clark also claimed Combs threatened to kill Ventura if she didn't convince Kid Cudi not to tell police that Combs was allegedly involved with a break-in at his house. Clark also telling the jury that a large man repeatedly administered lie detector tests to her on suspicion that she stole jewelry loaned to Combs. She testified that this man said if she flunked the test, they're going to throw you in the East River.
People were already stunned by that, but now it's gone somewhere no one saw coming. Insiders are saying the case has stepped into serious danger zone territory. We're talking leaked audio, and not just any old phone calls. These are reportedly raw, intense, explicit tapes. And names like Diddy, Will Smith, and Meek Mill are being mentioned. The kind of stuff that could shake the industry to its core. And the craziest part, some of it is actually being played in court, not just rumors anymore. It all seemed to kick off when that hotel surveillance clip dropped. No audio, shaky and blurry, just enough to make folks raise their eyebrows. At first, people thought that was the big reveal. But behind those courtroom doors, things got way more serious. No phones allowed, no recordings, total silence. Then came the audio. And what happened next left people stunned. One courtroom source said the tape was so graphic and disturbing, it left the whole room frozen. Nobody moved. Nobody spoke. You could feel the air change, they claimed. Right after that shocking audio played in court, things took another wild turn. The judge dropped a brand new witness list, and it wasn't filled with clout chasers or fame-hungry folks. These were real people who had been in Diddy's inner circle, ex-artists, former staff members, and party guests. People who were there, people who saw things. And now, some of them are finally speaking out, with legal protection backing them. One of the biggest names, Dawn Richard. Yeah, from Danity Kane, the girl group Diddy once managed. She hit the stand, and when she came out of that courtroom, she looked completely wiped out.
2009, did you observe an incident between Puff and Cassie? Yes, she was attacked by Sean and kicked. Did you see more violence by him against Cassie? Often. The government then shows Don Richard a picture of Diddy Dirty Money. When were you a member of this group? 2009 to 2011. The incident in 2009 when Sean Combs Cassie, where was it? In Sean Combs' LA home. We were recording. What did he do? He was saying, "Where the F is my food?" He grabbed a black skillet with eggs and tried to hit her over the head. Cassie dropped to the ground. What did she do? She was in a fetal position. Then what? Sean Combs was kicking her in the head and the body and then dragged her up to the first floor. Glass was breaking and yelling. I was scared for her and for me too. Did you intervene? No. Did you call the police? No. The next day, what happened? He said it had been passionate and she was okay, and that it would be better if we didn't talk, that people could end up missing. How did you understand that? Death. Diddy's team then yells objection. Then the judge calls a sidebar and ends her testimony for the day. But Dawn Richard will be back on Monday to give the rest of her full testimony against Diddy. But right before they brought Dawn Richard in, they actually had a Homeland Security agent testify against Diddy about when they came and arrested him to take him to jail. So let's go ahead and get into that. The government asked, when Sean Combs was arrested, where did you go? The Park Hyatt Hotel, room 2115, where he was staying. They show a picture to the jury of his hotel suite, and what did you do? We assigned a letter to each room and began to search. What was your role? I took photographs of items and then signed them on the 6051 form. What was found in the closet? They then show a picture to the jury, and it was plastic bags full of Johnson & Johnson baby oil and Astroglass.
Sources say her testimony backed Cassie all the way. Dawn reportedly told the court she personally saw Diddy attack Cassie, all because dinner wasn't ready on time. Can you believe that? And it gets worse. The very next day, Diddy allegedly pulled Dawn and another group member aside and told them to keep quiet about it. Straight up silenced them. Then came a moment that hit different. Diddy's daughters walked out of the courtroom. No talking, no smiling, not even a glance at the cameras. They looked pale, cold, and completely shaken.
You guys really sat through that whole case and kept your spirits high. I really like that for y'all. That was great. Keep your spirits up, y'all.
Witnesses say this happened right after the graphic audio was played, and their reaction sent chills through everyone watching. Then boom, Will Smith's name got dropped in court, and not as some side rumor. It came straight from the audio evidence being played out loud. The second that happened, the internet lost it. Social media lit up like wildfire, with folks digging up every weird moment between Will and Diddy.
It was the woman that everybody wanted, and Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had...
I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80 cars, you can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
And who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Oh, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book. You know, your pictures in the book and your name is in the book. So it's like you're doing some real elegant flip. I'm blowing you up. I love that. I love that. You up.
This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say new, they probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I've saw sexual acts that I walked in on.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin.
Okay.
Hollywood is the hurry up and wait game. So 3 minutes later, after them telling me, hey, you got eyes on Will, we need him to come watch this. So I'm running all over the studio. He's not in his dressing room. I go to the cafeteria.
Old interviews, awkward photos, strange interactions that didn't make sense before now suddenly looked suspicious. Even that old joke from comedian Luenell started resurfacing. The one where she teased about Will and Diddy being more than just friends. At the time, people laughed it off. But now, that joke's being passed around like wildfire, and guess who else had something to say? Jaguar Wright. She came out way back hinting at this same stuff, but nobody was paying attention until now. And just when it felt like it couldn't get any messier, Brother Bilal, Will's former assistant, stepped into the spotlight with explosive claims. He didn't just talk, he gave details.
You kept it straight on the Smiths. Like you was just like, I seen Jamie with women.
Yeah.
I seen Jamie with black. And I was like, okay, so this ain't got nothing to do with him trying to gain clout off of every celebrity, trying to ruin his relationship with all the celebrities you've done business with. This is just this particular friend that I've known damn near my whole life, and his wife, you feel like is sabotaging everything that y'all have together, and it's causing you to question him and his friendship towards you.
Without question. So here's the whole thing in a nutshell.
Okay.
You know, it's no secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will. and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worshipped, and she got the bag. So these people will worship her, thinking that that Jada's gonna do something for them. But a narcissist and a sociopath is only looking to do things for themselves.
It was shocked because I was like, Jada is talking about suing. And she's speaking on this, and to my surprise, Will hasn't said anything. And so they did come out and say a rep for Will totally denies the allegations. I was like, Will does not respond to anything.
Nope.
He's never. This is all Jada, because as soon as that rep statement came out, she goes to sit on the Breakfast Club to reiterate the same that I feel she gave to TMZ.
Yes. Yeah. And so I'll say this to you as well.
Okay.
She also said in that interview that they were doing business. Will was not helping me out, right?
Yeah.
And it's a very good interview on this channel called Popcorn Planet.
Okay.
Where a big celebrity lawyer breaks down Jada's interview on the Breakfast Club and say,
shout out to you said Popcorn
Planet.
Okay, shout out to Popcorn Planet. We gotta check that out.
They cannot even sue based on what she did at the Breakfast Club. Had Jada not went to the Breakfast Club, I would have been sued already. And just for the record, I haven't been sued yet. Have you been sued by Jada?
Nobody's contacted me at all.
Okay, so, and let me answer your other question. The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded, and they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw.
You said it was Martin.
Yes. Dwayne Martin's a serial killer, because Will's not the only one, and we're gonna get into that later on too. So basically, Jada's interview did two things. It makes me now, me and her at war. I'm gonna put Will to the side. Will is to the side. Me and Jada, I will say this because I know you're watching. I know Karen Tense is watching.
Who's Karen Tense?
That is her PR person for years.
Okay.
Right? I know they're watching. Jada, you're a bald head liar and you're a drug addict. Right?
Oh God.
You did not sue me. You told the world that you were gonna sue me. As of yet, and you said you're gonna do it swiftly. It's been over 2 weeks. So Jada, I'm giving you 2 more weeks to sue me. If you don't sue me, this is what's gonna happen. All the sex parties, right? And the men that you hit with dildos, I'm naming names, right? All the salacious stuff that you have done and hurt other people, I'm naming names. Because now what we gotta do is, we gotta force her to say she lied.
He said he personally witnessed something. He claims he walked in on Will and actor Dwayne Martin in an intimate moment. Whether folks believe him or not, that story hit the internet like a bomb. But Bilal didn't stop there. He said he's never been sued because, in his words, they know I'm telling the truth. That alone had people raising eyebrows. And to back him up, Luenell added more fuel, saying the connection between Will and Dwayne was way deeper than anyone had assumed. Now everyone's watching, replaying old clips and questioning what's real. Whatever's going on, it's got the whole industry shook. Out of nowhere, every old pic and video of Will Smith and Diddy chilling together started getting dragged back into the spotlight. And suddenly, things weren't looking so innocent anymore. Will tried to kill the noise real quick, saying, "I ain't nowhere near that man. I didn't do any of that stupid stuff." But that move? It totally blew up in his face. Receipts started pouring in, clips of them partying together, snapping pics at events, laughing it up like besties. The internet wasn't buying the denial. Folks felt like they'd been fed a lie for years, and now the truth was finally cracking through the surface. And just when things were already spiraling, boom! Meek Mill's name came blasting out in court audio, and that took the chaos to another level. Now, Will kept his cool, but Meek, he completely lost it online. His Twitter turned into a mess of angry, defensive posts, but instead of clearing his name, it made people even more suspicious. It was like watching someone dig a deeper hole with every tweet. For years, fans have joked about Meek being extra close to Diddy, giving him nicknames, sharing memes, making jokes that most people just brushed off. But now, every one of those old tweets, shady comments, and awkward moments is getting dragged back up and re-examined. People are piecing it all together like some messy puzzle that's finally showing the full picture.
That he's dressing the same he dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy? I think that Lil Rod know a lot of but I know this. Two men dressing like, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mill up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit, and he was searching for some online gay porn and all the other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
One clip that keeps getting passed around shows Meek Mill at a party looking real uncomfortable, just standing there while someone in the background laughs like it's all a joke. Then there's that other video, the one that's got the internet buzzing, where Diddy throws Meek a birthday party filled with shirtless dudes chilling by the pool. And on top of that, Diddy straight up calls him daddy on camera.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
That moment turned into a viral meme instantly. And when Meek tried to shut it all down, saying, "I'm not fruity, stop playing with me," the internet wasn't having it. They clapped back hard with receipts, old clips, photos, and screenshots that only made the rumors grow louder. But what's really got everyone stuck? It's that mystery court audio, the one no one outside the courtroom has heard yet. No leaks, no photos, no transcripts, just rumors, whispers, and that heavy silence. And somehow, that's making it feel even more intense. Insiders are saying what's on those tapes is next level disturbing. Some claim there's audio of someone being hurt, with Diddy allegedly laughing in the background. That's the kind of dark people didn't see coming. Sources say the recordings are being kept under wraps to protect the people involved, maybe for privacy, maybe out of respect. But others are convinced it's deeper than that. They believe the tapes are just too explosive, that they could expose some major players, people with serious power, cash, and connections.
Suggested that, she just loved Sean Combs, and how could any of this be true? She said, look, he blackballed me in the music industry, stymied her as she tried to get other work, and so eventually she felt like she had no choice but to return to Sean Combs, and that's why she was so eager to work for him.
I'm curious what Combs' response was hearing this in the courtroom.
He was a really active defendant today. For the whole trial, he's been listening intently, scribbling notes, but on several occasions as Capricorn Clark was testifying, he would whisper into his attorney's ear, and Mark Agnifilo would then jump up to object when Capricorn Clark was trying to make a point. So he clearly did not remember the course of events that she described today the same way that Capricorn Clark did, and it was almost as if he was directing some of the cross-examination.
Aaron Katersky for us there outside the federal court in Manhattan. Thank you so much. And here to dig into the start of week 3 of this trial is ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer. You've been in the courtroom almost all of this trial, right? So whose testimony so far do you think has been the most significant?
Well, I think the obvious answer has got to be Kathy Ventura. Kathy Ventura for a number of reasons. One, according to the government, she is victim number 1, and she does describe a lot of the allegations that the government is putting forward against Sean Combs, whether it be the racketeering conspiracy as to how this criminal enterprise operated, the different players. She's named a few of the security guards, for example, D-Rock, Ruben, also the sex workers and dancers who participated in these freak-offs. She's named them all because she participated in hiring them, according to her, because Sean Combs made her do so. And then, of course, just hearing the other details, like Kid Cudi's car being hit with a Molotov cocktail. That's really giving us direction as to the case.
Now, here's what's got folks really buzzing. The names we haven't even heard yet. If Diddy, Meek Mill, and Will Smith are just the start, then who else could be tangled up in this mess? One name that keeps popping up, T.D. Jakes. Yeah, that's right. His name's been floating around in the conversations, and it's not random either. According to Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, there's a reason why he's being mentioned.
Punisher was being directed by Diddy while he was doing the stuff to punish Cassie. Now, he could not look at Diddy, and as they go on in that whole scene and stuff like that, Diddy gets mad at him because Diddy tried to look him in the eye, or he tried to look Diddy in the eye or something like that when he was doing Cassie and Cassie was doing Diddy. It was some crazy stuff like that, man. But can we get back to the trial? Because that's in their sexual acts and what they doing, bruh. All this is so perverted, and people, I don't know if they really want to hear that, and if they do want to hear that, bruh, it's just crazy to me, because here it is that this mind that he has and this perverted mind that he do all this, I'm trying to wonder where this kid get this from. Is this some kind of learned behavior when he was a kid? Because you know his mama used to have those sex parties. His mama used to have those, and he used to see this and see some of this stuff. So is this him acting out his childhood fantasies that he saw back when he was a kid, or what? I don't know, bruh. I don't even want to talk about it.
And it's got people raising eyebrows. If the whispers coming out of that courtroom are even half true, then the web Diddy spun was massive, way bigger than anyone thought. Gene says what we're seeing now is just a piece of the full picture. This thing stopped being just about Diddy and Cassie weeks ago. What once looked like one messed up celebrity relationship is now feeling like a peek behind the curtain into a whole different world. A world hidden behind luxury, cameras, and flashing lights, where powerful people might have been doing shady, disturbing stuff for years, completely unchecked. Now the streets are buzzing with one big question. Why now? Why is all this coming out after years of silence? Some folks say it's karma finally catching up, but others believe something deeper is going on behind the scenes. Rumors are swirling that this isn't just some wave of justice. It could be a power shift. People at the top turning on each other, cutting ties and exposing secrets to protect their own necks. Insiders are saying that some of the people who once partied with Diddy, praised him, even worked for him, are now flipping sides. Not out of guilt, but out of fear. It's like everybody's suddenly trying to get ahead of the fallout before their name hits the headlines. Lawyers are being called. PR teams are panicking. Some stars are wiping their social media clean, deleting old pics, unfollowing certain names. The cleanup has already started. But the wildest part, there are whispers that federal eyes are now on this case. Yep, not just gossip bloggers and YouTubers, but real government interest. If that turns out to be true, this thing could go way beyond courtroom drama. We're talking full investigations, raids, subpoenas, and major consequences. The only reason we're hearing all this now, the feds are finally turning up the heat. And the folks who say they were hurt, they're stepping up louder than ever, ready to tell their truth. Right now, we're in a wild standstill. The trial keeps pushing forward. The internet's working overtime, and the names being called out are still out here pretending like it's just another day. But let's be real. That business as usual act, it's not gonna hold up for long. This story isn't fading. The internet doesn't forget. And once people feel like they're being kept in the dark, they dig even harder. We're already seeing fresh details coming from people who've always warned us about Diddy's dark side. Now, they're finally being heard. And if those tapes ever leak, it's not just Diddy's world that'll crumble. It could blast open a whole secret layer of Hollywood, a side that's been hidden behind glam, lights, and red carpets for way too long. Right now, according to Jaguar Wright, Diddy's playing the damage control game, trying to contain the mess.
He does have a plan to try to derail the information, derail the chain of evidence, derail history as it actually happened. And he is the kind of guy that has no problem with re-victimizing people all over again. Let's just keep it a buck. These girls showed up at a very opportune time, did they not? Adria and Lamisha Fuller. Very opportune time. I do Pierce Morgan. The elites go insane. Ariel Mitchell Kidd drops Adria English as a client after she got drunk and talked with Tasha K, which was side in itself, if you ask me. I go on Pierce Morgan and say I have 3 witnesses that are ready to come forward against the Carters. I didn't say against Diddy, I said against the Carters. And then there was the fake C&D, which was nothing more than a phone call from the lawyer Alex Spiro, who tanked the Rock Nation offering so Dame Dash couldn't make any real money off of it. They're all afraid. When I look at Khadisha's content and I see her go and pull everything. When I see you go and pull all of those things that I leave on the breadcrumb trail, I need people to understand how valuable that is. Because see, I'm used to people just calling me a liar straight out the gate. But I always leave enough of the real information there for people to be able to go and seek it out for themselves. Because see, if you can go find it, and it's not about...
But is it too late? Do you think he can pull it off? Or is the truth already outpacing the lies? Let us know what you think in the comments. And hey, if you're locked in and want to keep up with every twist, make sure to hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. This story's far from over. See you in the next one.